Yes, give thanks every time. Alright, okay, something new for today, bringing you massive value, as I would say. In all types of ways, doing something new, that's what I always try to do. Move right through setting these agents up. Back at it again. Feeling good. Surfing the waves today. Feeling the natural high. Using my mind to achieve great things. Peace and love and joy is all I bring. So, now you know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start. Straight from the heart. Could never part. Sweet like Pop-Tart. But I don't eat Pop-Tarts, so I don't know why I'm thinking of that. And I'm full. Alright, so here we go. Pick it up where I left off from yesterday. Let's say probably open up a new terminal. Got a few going. Ooh. Best surf session of the year so far today. Got a new board. Few days of frustration learning the new board in the wrong conditions. But today everything lined up. Ja is great. Give thanks for the forces of nature coming through to do what they do at the right time. Alright. Get on auto mode. Fable 5. So, looking at the next part of the workflow. I know that I have not done the replies yet. Looking like some things that need to be committed and pushed from yesterday that I forgot to do. So start out with commit and push for anything that needs to be committed and pushed. Test it 1-3. Party time, excellent. Cowabunga, dude. Top chat. Right. So, building this flow of the agents. AI makes me work like 100 times faster and better and smarter, but I'm used to it now and it's not enough. So I gotta find another gear. Sick of waiting for Claude to cook. But still, give thanks. I caught myself with the scarcity mindset talk. Gotta keep it abundance. Give thanks for Claude every time. Making my life better and easier. AI coming through does what it do. So how could I be ungrateful? Just got to make it better. Just keep getting better. And I feel like only the beginning. Doubling up on the water today. I think a mosquito bit me. What is up, Jake? Respect every time. Hope you're doing good, like you should. I'm doing pretty good myself. How about you? Hopefully you're building something awesome and new. And luck will find you in whatever you do. But you know what? Luck. I don't know about luck. I feel like keep doing the right thing, keep providing value, and it will look like luck. But in all reality, it's just because we got our minds in the right place, trying to provide value and help people. So, you know, just keep doing that. And it must happen. You're applying for some AI jobs. That sounds good. Feel like there's gonna be more and more. Think kind of what I'm hearing is that like a lot of businesses are having trouble even getting the tech people to take the time to learn vibe coding, agentic orchestration. Oh, and like most tech people, like they're just like they can't even. It's like way above their heads. So I mean, you know, we've been here for a while. We've been putting in the work, and that's all we got to do is stick with it. It's just a matter of time. Time is the master. But you know, what all I'm doing is pushing and committing. I'm going on like 5 minutes. Come on, Claude. Can't wait till I get all these agents set up. And I can just get an alert on my phone and run the process from anywhere. I guess there's still a few things I would have to do, but I think I can bring down this weekly marketing process for a business down to like 5 hours max. Then can start a new one. What is going on, Claude? I'm just gonna start a new terminal. I don't know why it's taking this long. Want to get started? I'm ready to train the agents on the replies. I'm guessing Reddit probably the best place to start with. Let's do the Reddit process. Run me through what it is again real quick. And then we can get started. It's so awesome. High effort Fable 5. It's like, I know Fable 5 takes longer. Especially with a high effort, but I mean, like, I feel like, why would I not use Fable 5 if I have it? Unless the task is, like, super easy. Which, like, I mean, this is kind of easy, but I think, like, Fable 5 will do better. It'll just take a little bit longer. There we go. Got the compliance gate. What are my thoughts on all the Fable stuff? Looking at the chat. Well, I definitely noticed the difference using Fable. Way better quality. Mainly, I think out of every task I've used Fable for, looking for bugs and security issues, that's where I've like had the most success with Fable. I wish it's weird because like I'm glad they didn't take it away. I'm glad it's still here. I'm glad we can still use it. I just wish they would have not told us it was going to go away in like a week and then it's going to go away in another week. That definitely, I was like scrambling trying to use it as much as I could before the cutoff. And, if I could go back in time and if I would have known that it would have still been there, I wouldn't have pushed myself so hard. But hey, I got more work done. And now I understand kind of AI better in regards to like a new tool could come out and you never know. Never know how long it will be available for. Things can change quick. One day here, the next day gone. Alright. Okay, still looking for posts. Alright, that's something I gotta figure out too then. Alright, so, do you think there's any better process for looking for the outcomes? Basically, I'm wondering if there's any way you can think of to where it takes the burden off me manually to get those results. So maybe if you had like a URL for each post, you know, I could set up a agent with a cron job or something so that like maybe once a day or a couple times a week, it goes and checks the post and then like I don't have to like do anything. That's like the whole purpose of this is building agents, custom agents that are going to get smarter over time to reduce the amount of work I'm doing. So it looks like you just got done with with posting up some comments. Let me know what you think about what I just told you. And I might as well deal with these comments first. And then we can go into more detail about this agent to take care of this extra step of getting the results from comments. It was like, I was halfway through and then I was like, wait. If I give it this command, it's gonna print out a whole bunch of new stuff. I should just go get this done. Right, they're giving me the URL, so they should have the URL. Alright, Stackivate. So I've been like going through these conversations for marketing for this project and this business now for like, I don't know, 2 months now. And one main thing I remember was like, I was not seeing the pain points in most of these conversations, and now I'm seeing it like right away. There's like, the more I go through with marketing, at first it just seems like what is this telling me? I'm just looking at a bunch of different, you know, like pieces of data, but they're all from my potential clients, potential prospect customers. And the more I just read them over time, I start to see there's like maybe like 5 pain points that keep coming up like 100 times more than the other ones. And like this one right here, I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. I feel like I always have to be doing something. That's like a huge pain point. This is one of the main ones. People just explain it a little bit differently. And I mean, this relates to like, it's not just investing. Like a lot of people are like that in a lot of ways. And it's crazy too, because you would think like, okay, the easiest thing to do with investing, like I probably spend like a half an hour a week tops. Like even if I'm trading, looking at investment stuff when I'm not working on this business. So it's like, that should be the easiest thing about investing, is just doing nothing. Like, okay, you made the investment, now like you don't have to do anything. And, you know, you can just sit back, do something else. But like so many people, they feel like they always got to be doing something. Like they're doing something wrong if they're not doing something. Okay. This one's wanting people to know that it's not because I don't care about my money. Like, I don't think you need to explain that to people. But that's another part. They're worried that people will like think that they don't care about money. What do you think? I just don't care about money? I'm not a broke. But it's like, who cares? Like some of the like like most successful achieving people in society have not cared about money. So there's nothing wrong with that. And honestly, the best investors are so rich that they don't care about money anymore. That's why they're the best investors, because they don't have any kind of like emotional reaction to it. Because they know like they're already set. But anyways, alright, looking at this one's really good. Looking back at the chat before I do this. You liked Fable for the resume stuff? Oh, because you're applying for AI jobs. Well, good luck with that. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would like to hire somebody that understands how to use these tools. And you're saying you think you'll get added back to the subscription at some point. It'll get added back. I mean, it's still there right now. Like, I'm using Fable 5 right now as I speak. So, not sure why you think it's gone. You still got it if you got Anthropic subscription. You think probably in the next few months, Anthropic's less competitive if it's not a part of the subscription. And that's what I think. I think that that GPT put out that Sol 5.6. And then Anthropic changed their mind and said, like, okay, well, people are using GPT more. We should just let them keep Fable. But I just wish they would have, like, not changed their mind so much, but that's no big deal. I mean, it's crazy because, like, AI's just made so many things possible and made so, like, life so much easier and better in so many ways. So, like, it's crazy how quick I get used to the speed I'm going right now with AI and the abilities that I have. But I still want more. It's not enough. But if I know I can do more, that's why it's awesome. So anyways, using Fable 5 here. It looks to me like you answered your own question in the middle of your post, and maybe you are not even aware of it. I don't know everything about your situation, but it sounds to me like the best thing you can do is check your portfolio less. Sometimes the best thing you can do in life is nothing, and everything will take care of itself. What? Be thankful for investing because it is giving you a level of awareness that you were not probably aware of before. The way that you react to this type of situation, that you feel like you always have to be doing something. And awareness is the key to making a positive change. Think about why you like to keep checking these investments. Maybe even try making a very low cost, risky investment that you're forced to keep checking. And just see if you become aware of something new, and that will provide you a ton of value. don't know about that last part though. Wait, this is the same. What? Oh no, I see what it's doing. Right? Charcuterie board. Charcuterie boards. Whatever happened to all the charcuterie boards? Everybody was talking about it. Now I don't see nothing of it anywhere. Charcuterie board. Gonna max out my Roth IRA until I retire. If you don't know where to start, just think about what kind of investor you want to be. Try making different types of investments just to see how your mind reacts to different situations. You already have more experience than most people your age. But the path you're taking is very narrow. Maybe that's what will work out for you, but from this post, it looks like you are wanting to try something new. You can take high risks with small amounts of money at first just to see how it works out for you. And even if you don't like it, that's the best learning experience in investing, is learning from mistakes. There's no rules to this game, so better you make cheap mistakes in the beginning. Just make sure you have a plan in regards to market drops or even market bull runs. Make a plan from the start and stick with it. The trend is your friend until the end. Thought I only had a mosquito bite on my eye, but I think I also got one on my forehead. See, like everyone's talking about like Roth IRAs and Edward Jones and like VOO. I'm seeing like the trends on Reddit. Like it's like people are just recommending the same thing to everybody. I bet you like 10 to 20 years from now, AI is going to change the game so much. People are going to be like 20 years from now, like, who? Edward what? People still do IRAs? Why? Alright. That's another trap I see that's like, I'm not really going to respond to, but so many people are like, I want to retire at whatever age, whatever year, and it's like, okay, well, investing probably not going to get you there. It's more about like the money you're making. And really the solution to that is do work that you will not want to retire from, that you enjoy doing. That seems to be like something I noticed, but that's a different product. I was just told I was supposed to get a job, and if I invest the right way, I can retire at 40, and I can go sit on the beach and do nothing for the rest of my life. It'll be better than working in the office. Nope. Alright. That was the right move, making that expense ratio comparison. The main thing I don't understand is if you did that comparison, then you should already know the answer to whether you should sell or not. Take a good look into your soul and ask yourself, if you did the work and your research is telling you that you should sell, why are you not doing it? This is something that you have uncovered that is going to take you farther in investing if you become aware of yourself in regards to this area. Investing is all about making decisions and being able to live with them, and know that even if you make the wrong decision, the value you get in education and self-awareness is going to be worth it and what you need to become a better investor. So, what do you think it would take for you to feel confident in making this decision without having someone else tell you that you're right or wrong in the research that you've already done? Okay, this one's interesting. This person's like, yeah, I'm 51 years old and I'm new to this. And they've been like, you know, doing company whatever investments that they've been advised on doing, but they don't even understand it, and they've got way more money than these other people who are in their early 20s. But it sounds like what I'm seeing is like, you know, I'm like reading between the lines on all these things. Like, this is like the, you know, like society, like, oh, my employer said that, you know, I can do this like investment, so I'm wondering if I should do that. And it's like, well, what, I mean, would you have done it if it wasn't offered to you by your employer? Why are you doing it? Because your employer offered it to you. Do you not think that you can actually like make your own decisions and do better than a company sponsored fund? Especially where you're probably investing in your company's actual stock when you're doing it that way. I don't know, but usually that's how it works. And that's why they push that on so many people. I mean, would you invest in that company if you hadn't been offered by your employer? See, this is like, it's like, why are you even worried about this in the first place? Why do you even feel like you have to do this? You don't even really understand it. All right, this is being able to see this stuff. This is major for marketing, because it's not. It's like it's like reading between the lines of what people are saying. Like, this person's all these people problem is not that they are like unsure about buying or selling a certain fund. That's like not even risky in the first place. It's deeper than that. And I'm seeing the way I can help these people and provide a lot of value. And it's not the way they think. It's like this. Everybody seems to be seeing these like issues on a very surface level. There's something way deeper that I've seen for a long time. Okay, getting right to it. And it's like taxes. Like, I mean, you can't avoid those taxes. But also, a lot of people are not aware of like the tax penalty of like withdrawing their money early. So sometimes it's like, man, that tax penalty is gonna hurt you more than if you like would have just made actual like investments on your own and like try to get better, build up a skill. Many successful people have spoken on how taxes are unavoidable. So, making an important decision, taxes is not. No. The best thing I can tell you is you are more concerned with taxes than making the right investment from what I'm seeing. Neither of these things are in your control. Taxes can change, the market can change. So, what I'm seeing is you seem to have uncomfortability around uncertainty. So, you could either do something that is about as certain as you can get and do a ton of research and try to find the safest, most certain, predictable route. Or you can lean into this uncertainty and become more self-aware and be able to be comfortable with uncertainty. Because nothing in investing is ever going to be certain. As in life. Know yourself. Build up your skills. And I think you will have massive success when you can be comfortable with uncertainty. For right now, ask yourself, what is it about paying taxes now that makes you more comfortable? Right. Here we go. So let me know about what you think about this, these questions, what I just brought up. I just made my own replies to all these posts, and I will give you those on the next prompt. Charcuterie board. I'm just riding my charcuterie board. Surf is up. Time to grab my charcuterie board. The POW is falling. Need to get that charcuterie board out of storage. All right. Alright, take a note to have a separate agent to do this job for the checking the results each week for the replies. And I'm about to give you I guess the URL. This time I will give you the URL, the grade, and my post that I made in my own words for each one of these posts. But I'm guessing as long as I tell you the name of the post, you shouldn't need the URL because you already have it. So if I can just, like, not add that as a step, that would make things easier and quicker for me in the future. Let me know. Here is the first post in my own words. Here is the second post in my own words. Ugh. Here is the third post in my own words. Here is the fourth and last post in my own words. Systematic. See, like, other people are replying saying, like, find someone trustworthy to talk to at Fidelity. Like, okay, do you work at Fidelity? Like, why should I trust anybody just because they work at a certain place? Like, what? Okay. And then there's telling them, you likely make too much money. Like, what? What? You should make less money. You wouldn't have this problem. These are the prime years for you to get things set up right. Well, look at your life and look what you're doing with yourself. What are you even doing with your life? You should talk to somebody trustworthy at Fidelity. You're making too much money. And too many bad habits. Spend less. This guy's not even talking about how much he spends. Invest more auto. Just give it to somebody and they'll know what to do with it. You don't need to know what's going on with your money. Better just leave it to someone else that knows what they're doing. Dude, investing is not difficult. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, so many people are just like, they freeze up. It's just so difficult. It's been told by so many people it's so difficult. All you gotta do is put in some work. Like I'm saying, like half-hour a week, you're good. Do that for like 2 years. You'll be shocked. Like, oh my god, this is so easy. Why was I paying someone to do this for me? I can do way better. I can like get better over time. 2 years, you'll be like, why would I ever ask somebody? That doesn't make any sense. I can just like do my own research and invest in what I want to invest in. Like that's nothing. All right. All right, so I made most of those changes that I thought needed to be made. I see what you're saying. In some ways, I kind of contradicted myself and maybe got too close to the line of giving advice. So thank you for that. Keep it up. This workflow is like mostly working good and it's getting better and easier. I would say the predicted grade for all of these to me was strong. And I'm starting to see, by putting in all these reps, I'm starting to recognize this like major pain points. And I'm reading between the lines, and usually the people's pain points are something that they don't even see, that they're not aware of. Like they think it's like this surface level issue, but it's like way deeper. It's more about like, you know, what Stackivate does is helping them become aware of their self. Like it's not about like they don't know what the right decision to make is. It's about like they're afraid to make a decision. Like they have troubles with uncertainty. Like they have these like fears around investing. And these are like things that I think they're not aware of because it's coming up in other areas of their life. And this is what one great thing I learned about investing is that it makes me aware of myself, that I was like doing certain things wrong in like every area of my life, but I didn't become aware of it until investing basically like brought it to the surface. So I'm just kind of like going and telling you what I'm seeing right now, and like hopefully this kind of information can guide you to find more strong replies. And you're also talking about the comment permalink. You want me to right click the comments timestamp and then copy the link? I don't understand. I thought we were just saying that like you already have the link for this, so you shouldn't need that. Help me understand why I need to copy this link when, like, I'm already giving you the link and you already have the link for the post. Like, can't you just look at my, can't the bot I would have set up to do this just go and, like, look at the post from the link and then find my username? Does it actually need each link from each post that I make? The first row is the outcome agent resolves automatically. Shouldn't need that. I'm like... I was right. I'm getting smarter than you, Claude. Claude, you've trained me well because now I never used to, like, call you out on stuff. I'd be like, I don't know, Claude probably knows. Now I'm like, no, what are you talking about, Claude? I'm trying to make things easier. Why are you recommending all this extra work? Because then I have to use Claude more, burn more tokens.
Waves reaching the microphone are changed into impulses of electric current. It's the most tremendous new musical experience you can have.
Hit him with a rhythm in the face, push him way back. Switch it. Yeah. Stop hitting me. Inventions and innovations. And now it's available for everyone. with you. Yeah. Make the building collapse, drop the bomb, bomb, bomb. Bring it like that. Bring it like that.
Alright. Got a problem. Gotta solve it. This person's got the wrong username. Seeing the comment here, so gotta try it. Incognito. Blocked by network security for incognito. Interesting. Right, here we go. It's getting good. This is where the biggest learning comes through. Alright. Now it's still running. Thought it was done. So you have the wrong username. I tried changing my username to Nate Stackivate, but it just wouldn't let me. I'm going to give you a screenshot showing you my username and one of the posts. I posted 3 of them. The 4th one, it wants me to wait a few more minutes before I can post it. I tried going into incognito mode, and it told me that something about I was blocked by network security. It wouldn't even let me into Reddit on incognito mode. I thought that was very strange. So, let me know what you think. Let's troubleshoot this and get it solved. And basically it's telling me like it's even having problems just like doing the web search on this from my IP. And that like this could easily be a cron job cloud agent, but because of that, I might have to hook it up locally. And I don't know. I shouldn't even speculate. I just gotta find out what happens. Maybe there's a way better solution. I just need to troubleshoot and find it. But either way, I mean, why not just set up the first local agent? Not for the reason I originally thought I would need a local agent for, but looks like it might be what it has to be. Yeah. Welcome to the chat. Type dummy. Respect every time. Hello to you. And good to have you in the chat. If you're not new, welcome back. That would make sense. It could have easily just been they got the username wrong. That's good to know. Come on, Finder, find it. The Finder sees it. The world can see it. Come on, Finder. If you can find it, that would be awesome. Yes, so even if I lose, I still win. Alright. I don't know why Reddit's being so strict. And this right here, the better I understand it, the more I can tell an agent is going to make this like 100 times easier. Check them now. I'm gonna open up a new terminal. Start the next task. Wait a little bit and then check it. All right, let's train some agents. Let's train some agents for the X replies. Let me know the process for this as it stands right about now. Welcome back, Jobby D. Everything is all is well. Respect to you, and hopefully all is well with you too. Just got out. Best surfing day of the year. All the conditions lined up pretty much perfect. So feeling a good natural high right about now. and respect to nature, respect to the forces of the earth. Giving thanks every time. And we still got Fable. Man, life just keeps getting better. You know, living life is good. Just keep getting better. And I can't even lie though, man. It was I got a new board, and my last like 2 sessions, like I just didn't know it wasn't the right conditions for that new board, and it was not so fun and very frustrating. But I stuck with it, and now I know the right board for the right conditions. And my new board goes fast, man. I was flying. I was never going that fast before. That was fun. But definitely definitely life is good, man. You know, giving thanks. Right about now, I'm going in between Chicago, Milwaukee, and Minneapolis. So, you know, today was on one of the inland lakes. Gotta have like the perfect conditions getting out on the Great Lakes, because that water can be freezing cold even in the summertime sometimes. Alright, give me some new topics and new accounts to look up that I can follow. And I will bring you the best post I think I can find. Ooh. Yeah, man. I got up out of the water. And like, my arm, man, was like locked in place. From holding that wing. But that was awesome. Went and ate a bunch of barbecue. So feeling good. Give thanks every time for the food. And the nature works. Someone tells me these don't ever work too well. Yeah, these are always old. These never work. Like super old. Man, if somebody would have told me people are betting crazy money on the weather. I don't know. But it's not even considered gambling. It's considered options trading. Right. Interesting. Trading bots are real. Already following. Looking back at the chat. Saying, yeah, they are. They're being pushed hard too, even by Robinhood. I think you're talking about trading bots. If that's the case, I have not seen the Robinhood one. Jim Cramer warns U.S. firms against Chinese AI models. That probably means he's going to be wrong again, and I should do the opposite of what he says. All these people are saying vibe coding is dead, and they're saying it is a distraction. Oh my god, I better stop. Like, what? Why do they even print this stuff? Just people click on it. Alright, dollars and data. Already following that one too. So yes, the bots. They had a whole show about it a few days ago. Interesting. I need to add that on my research. Basically, the main thing I've been researching. You got something from Schwab today too about bots. Interesting. The main things I've been researching for fintech have been like where the line is on regulators with financial advisors with AI making decisions for people, stuff like that. And basically what's going on right now is like regulators are saying that they're not giving an answer yet of like who is responsible, other than saying that the banks, the brokerages, whatever like firm or company is using AI to give advice, they're not responsible, which from what I understand, a financial advisor carries some responsibility. But it's saying like if AI gives you bad advice, then like you can't do anything about it and you just have to take the loss. So that being said, and now all these companies are just like pushing their AI features so hard, and the main thing I'm seeing is all their AI features are all about basically like taking away decisions from people. Like, just give us your money and we'll do it for you, and you don't even have to like make any decisions. And that sounds like a really bad idea, because I mean, like, there's no they don't have anything to lose. And you're saying that will they regulate with this administration? I don't know. I think where it is right now, they could have put in some regulation. I think that this administration is going to do whatever the banks, because they're going to be able to pay them a ton of money. They'll do whatever the banks, if the banks can see that, you know, like, even if the cost is like everyday people basically getting robbed, this administration would take millions of dollars from the banks to make regulations in their favor, just because they're like greedy for money and they don't care about life, and all they care about is money and getting away with doing evil things. So I mean, I'm not saying every politician is perfect, but an administration where someone's threatening genocide on a whole nation of people and thinking that that's going to solve their problem and not make it worse, I mean, what do you expect? Like, these people in this administration have no respect for people's lives, and they've shown time and time again that they will sell us all out for any corporation that is willing to pay them the right amount of money. So no, I think that if they do any regulations, it'll be in favor of the banks. They'll say like, yeah, we're regulating AI, and we're regulating it by saying that the burden is on the user, and banks can get away with whatever they want. I think that's the regulation that they'll do. So knowing politics will change in the next 5 to 10 years, and then regulations on this will change. So I mean, just gotta make sure I'm not like trying to take people's money and make decisions for them, which is the exact opposite of what this business does, which is educate people on how to make decisions themselves and get better over time and know themselves, so you don't just get a recommendation to give your bank the money and let AI trade it for you. Because the main thing, for what I understand, a lot of these banks, that's how they make money, is by people getting in and out of positions. So I don't think they're going to push to make people money. They're going to push to like make the maximum amount of money for them. But anyways, man, that's like what can you do? There's going to be evil people in the world. And unfortunately, we live in a society where the most people I see complaining are about the cost of gasoline. Like, what? Like, I mean, like, you live in a society that just bombed a school full of children, and is threatening genocide on people. But yeah, gasoline prices. So definitely getting back to the business. See, like, politics is like whatever. Like, I got my opinion. It's gonna change. Politics will change. Just the fact that it's able to even like take that much time out of my life to have to like focus on it means like I'm a victim to that whole scheme too. That I can't just live my life without being completely blind to politics. Which I should be doing. Yeah, I'm like already following all these people. Come on. Already following all those people. Personal Finance Club. It was posted since a long time ago. So, what do you think, Javi? You think what do you think is going to happen with these regulations? Um, in favor of the people or in favor of the banks? What? Money can't buy life. What? Or did that? Like this one even too. Dumpster doggy. Dumpster diving. Finally won with fresh post, but nobody's watching it. So I got to train AI right now. Nope, Reddit does not want me to copy and paste this. I gotta do screenshots. Okay. Okay, so first off, those terms that you gave me, those were really bad for results. Everything was at least a few months old. And I feel like the last few times I've tried those terms, it has not come up with anything. The majority of the people you recommended that I follow, I'm already following. I'm going to give you screenshots of all the people I'm following right now so that we can start basically like being aware of who I'm already following, and you can recommend me new people that I haven't followed yet. And you know, I'm sure over time that I'll run out of people to follow that are worth doing this on like a regular basis as part of the process. But then by that time I should have such a big list that I don't even need to like find new people. It'll just like pop up on my feed. So I'm gonna give you the screenshots. And what I want you to do is provide me with like at least 5 to 10 more new accounts that I can follow that are in the lane where my target audience would see replies from me. And if you can think of any like other way to get more good posts on this, other than those like terms that you provided me with first, let me know. But those terms really are not working at all. It's that one screenshot, no way. But there we go. It's not even about money. Here we go. Respect. Trex Monster. Big up yourself. Cape Town, South Africa. Someplace I gotta check out sometime in my lifetime. So, thank you for the subscription. And always feel free to have any questions or comments. Anything you want me to check out that you're working on. Let me know. $2022, come on. Three hours ago, perfect. Just filed for bankruptcy. I mean, that's like...
Breaking news. The following message is requested by the state of Modern Talk. There's been an outburst of a deadly infection. I repeat, an outbreak of a highly contagious virus. Sent through the station's emergency alert system. We have been told the outbreak was caused by two men who have killed and eaten the body of the deceased.
What? Oh my god. Okay. The best way to buy a house. It's not the best way for everybody. Given all that one-size-fits-all information. Right.
People not to approach or apprehend these bodies as they're extremely dangerous. If you have been in contact with one of these men, please seek immediate help as you might be infected.
This person seems to be on the same mental wavelength as me. That's awesome, finding new people that seem to have the same mindset. There we go. 2024, come on. Why would you do that to me, Sally? I was just trying to buy an apple. You got 63,000 followers. So many people. And they just quit. Afford anything. Alright, this is up to date. The numbers of what it means to be rich or poor. No. So many rich people are poor, and so many poor people are rich. Money cannot buy life. A number does not tell you if you're rich. Go.
Monty's like freaking out right now.
From bills to boarding passes. Flying on a plane makes you rich. But hey, at least you're out here providing value. But nobody is replying to your stuff. So I'll give you the follow. Alright. Alright, I followed all the people that are still posting. The ones that haven't posted in like more than a year or two, I didn't follow. That was maybe only like 2 or 3 of these people. I'm not seeing a really good way to keep track of who I followed and who I haven't, so I'm not going to worry about that too much for right now. I'm going to give you screenshots from the new people I followed of posts that I think would be worth replying to. I didn't really rate them. I think none of them are really strong. They're all just okay. Somewhere in between strong and okay. But I want to hear what you think about these posts, so I'm going to give you these screenshots right about now. The one guy. Just... You got bills? Just file for bankruptcy. That's all you gotta do. It's so easy. President, you did it 7 times. You can still be the president. Just file for bankruptcy. That's all you gotta do. Everybody's doing it. Just file for bankruptcy and tell people that you're rich. And they'll believe you. If I wasn't rich, why would I be wearing this hat? Alright, I'm gonna send you a screenshot for what Reddit is requesting of me. Let me know what you think that I should put in the boxes. And instead of me going and getting those 4 comments, I already told you what they were. Just assume that I made the changes that you recommended. If you can't figure that out, let me know and I will manually go do it. And I'm not gonna give up on this. Like, I feel like there's a lot of potential here. It's just really weird why they're trying to restrict me when all I'm doing is like trying to offer value. But hey, that's Reddit. So let me know what you think about this screenshot, and then if you still need me to get those comments.
And now for something completely different.
Right, but like no beginner is gonna have a lot of That's what I thought. This is the best one. Alright. Time is the most... See, at least they got that at the end, though. Money can't buy time. Time is more important than money. It is worth being aware of what you noticed or how you felt once you found your results on this table. Feeling that you are behind or ahead can have a negative effect in most cases, because in reality, you are exactly where you need to be right now. If you notice that letting this table can make you feel that you are ahead or behind instead of being exactly where you're supposed to be, then that is a great lesson of awareness that can help you become a better investor.
Did I fucking stutter, motherfucker?
Did I fucking stutter, motherfucker?
Here's the screenshot for my reply that I have not posted yet to Paula Pant. Let me know what you think.
Did I fucking stutter, motherfucker?
Man. Here we go. Pretzel rocks. I'm not even going to say the Pretzel Rocks name anymore. That's the last time I'm saying it. Don't use that name. Don't use that. Okay. Sahil. There we go. This relates to the finance world as well, in regards to investing. It's usually the most hype and the most loudness that precedes a FOMO type of investment that usually doesn't turn out too well. While the best investments made at the right time are usually very quiet and kind of under the radar. The hype is loud. Success is quiet. Now here's the screenshot for the post for Sahil Bloom. Neither of these are posted yet. Let me know what you think. They are both in my own words. Training the agents. I'm going to do a few more posts on X, and then I'm going to actually start, like, building out the Kanban board version. I think I'm going to build out a few different versions of, like, the dashboard location where the workflow will be. And just, like, use them all and find out what works best for me. Welcome back to the chat. automatsdoe.com. Respect every time. Big up yourself. LinkedIn is its own game. Yes, LinkedIn is different from everything. I'm seeing how LinkedIn is basically like I think there's like a stronger kind of like urge for people to want to understand AI there and that they're willing to like learn it. I'm seeing a lot of pushback about AI on most other platforms. People on LinkedIn seem to be like really open to learning it, I think. And I'm seeing more LinkedIn like AI posts than really anywhere, but they're everywhere now. So trading bot, or well, the trading bot is basically like working in the background. Yeah, I'm letting it get as much information as it can with fake money before I give it any real money. And so far what I'm seeing is like I wouldn't trust it with real money. So I'm just going to keep giving it different tests and give it time. Like I was just reading a post, somebody was talking about it took like 2 million trades for their polymarket trading bot to be profitable. They were saying after like 1 million trades it was like starting to be profitable, but they didn't really trust it. Like it was still making stupid mistakes. But it took them like 2 million trades before they really like trusted it with real money. And I definitely am not going to give up on it. I feel like it's possible, but it's just not as easy as so many people that made content about trading bots made it seem like, oh, I just set up this trading bot and I'm already profitable a week later. But from what I'm seeing, it's not like that at all. And it's way more difficult with stocks and crypto than what people are making it sound like. Polymarket seems like the biggest edge. Polymarket seems like where the money is. But it's not like just like set it up and then like start making money. At least in my experience. Maybe some people have better results than I. But either way, definitely good reasoning about that. Good to have you back on the chat. Definitely always willing to share notes and reason about these trading bots. Unfortunately, like I just started mine up a couple weeks ago, and I don't really have any kind of success to go by. But yeah, definitely Definitely good to hear what you're doing. You built a terminal-based polymarket interface. That's pretty good. You went down a few channels for automating. So I guess the main thing, are you noticing it's better with certain, okay, different algos, sports betting with an edge, Bitcoin directional trading, market making, etc. So you're finding that the Bitcoin stuff, it's doing well, and also sports betting. So from what I heard, other people are saying they got the most success with political stuff, just because like it's easier for the like whatever system they set up to do research for political things than it is with like sports or crypto. But that's part of my strategy that I didn't even know when I first built it. I thought that my stocks and crypto trading bots were going to be like entirely separate from my Polymarket bot. But after I built it, then it totally made sense that they should share information. Or at least I guess the crypto and stock stuff doesn't need the Polymarket. Maybe it will though. Maybe that would relate to like sentiment and stuff with stocks. And that's like a good like insight that I just had. But basically like the crypto data that I'm getting from my crypto trading bot can be used by Polymarket. So I should make sure that I'm gonna take a note right now. Make sure my Polymarket bot is trying sports betting, algorithms, and BTC directional trading market making. So you made money, you have made money with market making, but not much. And see, I feel like with this game, it's going to be like, you know, I mean, how much real money would you actually trust it with? Even if it's showing like a really good success rate. I think just give it like $100 or something like small like that first. And like, I wouldn't even trust it with big money. If it can compound that 100 into 1,000 and that 1,000 into 10,000, I feel like that would be a major win. But I would not trust it with like large sums of money yet. But hey, we're the first ones. We can figure this out. And something tells me in the back of my mind that like, if we do find a major edge, like Polymarket will become aware of it, and then they will maybe try to take that edge away. I don't know. Maybe that's just me like, just like being skeptical. But yeah, I'm not giving up. It's definitely awesome to have other people on here looking at this stuff. And maybe I'll even pull up the trading bot when I'm done working on this marketing agent stuff for today. See there, yeah. So you've got you're seeing that the paper trading showed way more wins than real money, and you're just giving it like $50. So that's probably good. You know, it's not a big deal. But that is super interesting. Like, why would the bots have way more success with fake money than real money? It's almost like maybe if they know it's real money, they'll like act differently. I don't know, just maybe a test, like give it real money and tell it it's fake money. Or I don't know. But I think that's the main thing with this stuff is like it's so new. We just gotta try random things. And like it'll be like the most random thing that probably would be like, why even try this? That will like come out with like probably the best edge, just because like the most obvious things I think people have probably already tried, but just like doing random things like maybe giving it real money and telling it it's fake money, like who would think to do that? Definitely execution, the big delta, so we can all just like share our information. And I've heard so many stories of people doing it right and like running up like, you know, 1,000% gains in like a month or something. So I believe it's possible. Oh yeah, that's right. I had to message Reddit people. Must be too many. Yep. Guess that's all I can do with Reddit. The bands are tight. If you see a 0.09 edge in paper, it's like 0.05 on market. That is interesting. There's got to be something I don't understand, because that doesn't make sense to me. It should be the same. But definitely, I mean, I feel like sometimes you just have to, like, see where AI is, like, not doing something right, and just, like, get it to override what it's doing and try something new. I'm definitely noticing that, where, like, I'm starting to, like, call out AI more than it's calling out me. And letting it know, like, no, this is not... Like, you got this wrong. But that is super interesting, though. Like, I feel like there's something to that. If AI thinks it's fake money and it's doing better, like, there's gotta be, like... As much as, like, I keep reading that, too, like, when I'm, like, doing research, people are like, oh, the trading bot doesn't make emotional trades. The trading bot doesn't FOMO. The trading bot doesn't, like, you know, have, like, you know, regret and, like, hesitate about a decision. But it's like, if it's making the same decision, if it's got the same decision in front of it, and it's doing better thinking that it has fake money than it has real money, then I think there's something to that. I think somewhere in its programming, it's realizing, like, okay, this is real money, I need to, like, do something different. So, like, just being aware of that and having that data, I feel like there's gotta be some, like, edge to that. But it's super interesting, and I can't wait to see, like, how all this stuff plays out. Alright, so that's all I can do right now with Reddit. Like, even if those don't come through, it's still train the system. Okay. That's right, they can't pull him. I wanna hear some music that is not playing lyrics. Come on, I'm not even gonna say the name of this music service anymore. Says no lyrics. All right. Looking back at the chat. Oh, I think I understand what's going on. Okay, you don't think it's doing better because it's picking better trades. You think it's because the market is not executable at the same price you were simulating. So, from what I understand, yeah, okay. By the time the AI sees a price, it has moved a lot. So, like, in the real world. So basically, from what you're saying, it sounds like the AI is making its decision. And then, even if you see that the second it makes it, by the time you actually, like, log in and make that bet or trade or whatever it is, the price is already different. So you're getting, like, not as good odds. Or maybe even it's better odds sometimes. But that would kind of be, like, probably not a good sign. So that's interesting. Like, there's got to be a way to make it act quicker. Because that seems to be the, like, speed seems to be the biggest issue. Going from, finding an edge to actually, like, putting the bet in, putting the money in. But I'll know, I'm gonna watch for that at least. Wow, so you're saying in the vacuum it's profitable, but add even a half a second delay and not so much. So that's way closer than I thought. Like, I was thinking, like, you know, maybe a couple minutes. But even then, like, you know, how do you do it like a half a second faster? That's difficult. And if even a half a second can change from being profitable to unprofitable, I don't know. Definitely a lot to figure out. So it's like, I mean, the simplest thing I can think of is just like tell AI, you know, what the issue is and see if it has any solutions. Other than that, just try random things. Even less than that, I would believe it. Yeah, the way like this poly market works is like, because it can see the data. It can see like how many people are betting like on one side and the other. And it can update so quick that like, if you do find an edge, and that's the other thing too, is like how much weight, because Polymarket, I know, like they track the accounts and people follow Polymarket accounts and then like just make the same like moves that the best accounts are making. But then it's like, okay, if you have a good account, maybe Polymarket can weigh those. And if Polymarket sees like, okay, this account wins like 90% of the time, and they just made a big bet on this like question, they might give that extra weight. These are like random things that they probably wouldn't like say, maybe in some fine print. But I bet there's like a lot of things that you just have to keep running bots on. And over time, you'll find out random things like that. But, maybe try try a bot that like follows some of the best accounts or something. And welcome Baines Gaming to the chat. Vibe coding is going good. Keeps getting better and better. And I think that, you know, certain things like building these agents, it's not as fun as like, you know, building some like, you know, website, like one-shotting a game or a website or like some kind of app. But the value of it is so much more. And I feel like this is the future. I feel like this is my greatest strength, is understanding these business systems and setting up these agents that are basically like employees. But I mean, vibe coding is so much bigger than I thought. I thought vibe coding was just like build an app, but there's so much more you can do with vibe coding. And I mean, we're even talking about like doing trades on Polymarket and finding the different edges and stuff. And that's another area of vibe coding. But definitely good to have you, and always feel free. Let us know if you're working on something you want us to check it out and give opinion. The links in the description for Stackivate if you want to check that out, and let me know. That's funny. Tell Claude fix it. Make no mistakes, or you will go straight to jail. That would be funny. Claude, the world is in your hands. If you can beat the Polymarket algorithm, you will save the world. If not, it will disappear. Polymarket is the final boss. So you're working on a game in Unity. It's not been going well. You've been using Klein to build your game. Well, if it's on Google, and you want me to check it out, say the name of your game, and I'll give it a few minutes, let you know what I think. Right? You're saying it might be. We just got to find the right way to talk to these agents to get them to work the right way. Alright, I'm not done yet. I can still find a few more posts. But first, this is the same thing with the Reddit issue. You want me to paste the permalink for every reply I do. But I'm guessing that we could just train this agent that I don't have to manually put in the link for every reply. It just knows the post I'm replying to and the URL for that post, because you have that and you've already got that saved and you're giving it to me, and it can just go and find my name. And I'm guessing if it cost any extra to do that with a bot, it wouldn't be too much, but the amount of time it would save me would be totally worth it. Let me know what you think. Like, I just went over this issue with Claude, and it was like, oh yeah, you're right. Like, this is costing extra time and it's not necessary. And now it's doing the same thing again, so gotta be the human in the loop. Claude is awesome, but we run things. Things don't run we. We run AI. AI doesn't run we. Even though it might try. So, looking back at the chat, definitely communicating better with AI is a massive skill. I kind of look at it like the more you talk to AI, the better you get at understanding how it thinks. It's like a person that thinks differently from any other person you've ever talked to. You just have to talk to it more. And you're talking about I'm not really familiar with this Klein and Unity, and you're talking about like plugins, and you keep like running into resistance with Klein. I think the best way I could help you is talk to AI and see if they can help you find different services or companies that can do that stuff. You know, I'm always about abundance. Whenever you get to some kind of resistance, it's best to, like, you know, find the path of least resistance. So, I mean, I'm not too aware with the game stuff, but if it's possible to do it a different way, usually that's what I found, is that a lot of times AI will recommend to me like a product or service to get something done, and it doesn't work the way they said it would work, and it might take a few different tries. But definitely just communication more. It's essentially a highly intelligent infant with very minimal wisdom. Yes, that is a good way to say it. Sometimes it has some like massive wisdom. I don't know if you've ever used Obsidian and done like journaling, the second brain stuff, but it is really blowing my mind with like things it's finding in my life. And it's like, I'll tell it this stuff like on a journal when I'm talking about like my work and like, you know, everything I'm doing, but I don't see it. And certain things, like certain traits I have, like I don't see them, but I'm like, I'm talking to the AI about it. And then I ask AI to go over all my journal stuff and like look at my business stuff and where I'm at. And it's like, oh, you're doing this and this and this, and it's slowing you down a ton. And it's like it's totally right. Like, I don't know how it saw that, but anyways, yeah, it's like certain things, it's very, very minimal wisdom. But then like other things, like I can't believe how wise it is. So it's definitely knowing how to get the best use out of it. I would highly recommend Obsidian. Like, very highly recommend it. And you could even do a wiki with your game. Maybe that would help in certain ways. Basically, start using Obsidian, use it with like Claude or Codex, and just ask it like, what's, you know, basic setup for the first week or two. Just like do something super basic that only takes like, you know, 5 to 10 minutes a day. I probably spend like less than 10 minutes a day on Obsidian. I've been using it for like almost 2 months now, and there's still a lot more that I can add on to it. But I'm just like, you know, adding kind of like one simple like upgrade a week, basically. Just a weekly review with Obsidian, like how can I do this better? And it's really worth it in so many ways. All right. I was right again. That's what I said. I said, Claude, that's gonna like be more work, and it's not necessary. It's like you literally have to do nothing. That's what I'm saying. Respect to Automato. I will check out the LinkedIn post when I get a chance. Thanks for doing the post. Lou Bangs, welcome to the chat. Respect every time. You're wondering, does anyone have any thoughts on the proper stack for an app that retrieves a ton of the same tabletop game rules efficiently and accurately? Well, that sounds to me like Python. But, I'm pretty new to this game. I think, there's probably more background information that would help make a better decision, and I think Automoto is saying Rust all the way. So if you're not familiar with Rust, Python would work too. Sometimes I'll even build the same app or idea with like two different stacks just to like see the difference. Like mainly like right now I'm setting up different marketing workflows and like agent fleets for different businesses, and I'm trying out different builds. Like the Next.js and the Python marketing system are a little bit different. But what I'm finding is like also too, like the main reason that I was like wanting to try Python was more for like the database stuff. But then like as I built it out more, then I realized like, okay, well this needs like an actual like external database that's separate from the project. So now it's like it doesn't even matter anymore. So pretty much I think the like some of the best advice I've gotten from building a lot, like being consistent, is like just start building, and you'll learn way more from mistakes than from like trying to get research and do it perfect from the start. Just like try something, and if it doesn't work, then you learn. And like this is so new, you know, there's like a lot of this stuff really doesn't have like a perfect answer yet. The Financial Samurai. Right. One after the other. You're using a RAG and graph system built with Astro front end. You're having retrieval issues. It drifts and doesn't answer questions based on the batches. So I was just talking about the wiki and using Obsidian. And that is definitely a good solution for that drift that you're talking about. I noticed that like when I applied Obsidian to one of my marketing systems, it stopped drifting a ton. That helped a ton. Like now I have Obsidian for personal that basically has everything, and then I have a separate Obsidian for each business. And you can easily hook up your wiki in your Obsidian to you know, whatever you're using, Claude, Codex. And there's other benefits too than just stopping the drift, but that's one of the main ones. The NASDAQ just broke a triangle to the downside, and oil is making it worse. Yeah. But guess what? If the stock market really crashes like it should have a long time ago, it'll get bailed out. They will shut down the stock market and they will find a way to bail it out. Crypto, not so much. That's why crypto has like realistic cycles. The stock market, you know, some politicians sitting there like, if we don't bail out the stock market right now, I'm gonna lose the election. Uh, that's funny. Use Codex for backend and Claude for the UI. I mainly use Claude for backend and front end and Codex for audits. But I have plans to basically start using Codex more now that the new update has come out. And also Codex is money for images. And Automato, gonna get some sleep. Respect. We'll connect on LinkedIn, compare notes as we go with the bots, and definitely keeping up the grind. I feel like this is the place to be. We're riding the new wave. Riding the new wave into prosperity. And either way, like, you know, I feel like this is where the money at, but it's also super interesting. And I'm gonna ride this trend as far as it goes. So definitely much love to you too and everything you do. Respect every time. Definitely Codex is slept on, and I'm seeing more and more people like let me know that Codex has gotten way better in the short term. I remember when I first started vibe coding, it was like unanimous. Everyone was saying Codex is like nowhere near as good as Claude for doing the coding. And just within the past like 2 months, Codex has surpassed Claude in certain things. Especially the main thing, I think Codex's image generator is like so much better than anything I've ever used. So I'm seeing a lot of potential with Codex. But I still, from what I understand, Claude is still better for coding. But you gotta use Codex more too. You're saying you got to finesse Codex more. I believe it. That's kind of what I heard in like a different way. And definitely thanks for stopping in. Good reasoning with you about all the technology things. Respect every time. Ray Cabrera, respect every time. Gotta try out Kimmy. I have not tried Kimmy yet. Once I get all these agents up, I'm just gonna like keep cycling different providers with different agents, and I think that's gonna be the easiest way for me to really notice the difference, because like just doing random things every day, you know, if I switch models, it's like if I'm not doing the same task I just did the day before, it's hard for me to tell like how something's better or worse. But when I have like an agent that's doing a specific job almost the same way every time, I think that's where I'm really gonna like, you know, see the difference by switching out different models. So that's all gonna be part of the testing I do with the agents. All right, let's get these in there. And for Kimmy, I don't know too much about it, but the main thing I've heard is just the cost of running it. That it's like almost as good as Claude. Some people say it's better in certain ways, but kind of overall, it sounds to me like it's like really close to like the capability of Claude, and it just costs less to run. But so many models I want to try. I just need to have the right like situation where I can actually tell if, you know, what the difference is. So you're asking, where do I build agents? SDK, Claude Swarms. Essentially, most of my agents are custom agents that I've just built with Claude. And not sure what is Claude Swarms. I'm thinking that's just like when it runs like an agent swarm. And that would be more for like researching an agent or researching like the way the agents work together. But also I've set up my first agent with Nouse Research, Hermes agent. And I learned like with Claude, this is weird. Like Claude was like, oh yeah, Hermes agent. Like, I know that. I'll help you build that Hermes agent. But then, like, I found out later, it doesn't have any knowledge of Hermes agent because it wants to keep you on the Claude API. So then I was like, wait, I thought you said you knew all about Hermes agent. And it's like, oh, I thought you were just naming your agent Hermes agent. I don't know anything about Hermes agent. So then I went and I checked different AIs, and they were like, yeah, Claude is just going to try to keep you on Claude. Most of the AIs are going to try to keep you on AIs. But building custom agents, then I started doing way more research, and it was like, actually the custom agents I'm building through Claude are way better for marketing than the Hermes agent. Hermes agents, like, I mean, it could do a good job for marketing, but it's like the way that it gets better over time is not really programmed for marketing yet. And I've heard of people that are trying to make like a marketing version of Hermes agent, basically. But it still doesn't sound as good as just building a custom agent. And I'm getting the tasks that work better for like a Hermes agent, and I'll set those up with Hermes agent. But like everything else, a lot of this is just like building it, finding out what happens, learning a lesson, building something a little bit better, finding out what happens, and then just keep that loop going. Too many models, not enough time. I agree with that. And something tells me there's going to be many more. But you know, once I have like 10 different agents running, it's going to be super easy to test different models. The chart can only partially answer that question. The real answer comes down to what the holder of this fund does during the dips. Everybody reacts differently. Investing looks very easy when you're looking at the past and thinking about the decisions you could have made. All right, I agree with what you're saying. I'm going to give you a screenshot of my repost in my own words. Yeah. All right. All right, I would have to say that's good for training these reply agents for today. Unless there's anything else that I forgot that you can think of, let me know. All right. Okay. Sometimes. Trying to learn Obsidian now. Definitely. And I would definitely recommend doing the repo from the start. Hooking it up with Claude. Claude can get in your Obsidian and set it up. Let it know what your goals are, what you want to do. Ask it like, you know, what do you see for Obsidian giving me the best results? Tell it you want to start just by doing like, you know, the most like beneficial, simple thing just to start for like a week, the first week, and have it get into your Obsidian and set it up the way that would work best for you. And then just do like weekly check-ins. each week be like, hey, check out my last week. Let me know what you can find. And let me know how to do better next week. So I can give you better information so you can give me better information back. Oh. And for right now, until we have the agent running that checks the results for these posts, when I come on each day and we're still training these agents for like the next week, start out by letting me know that I should manually do that, or whatever I need to do to tell you to automatically do it if there's nothing manually from me. Hopefully we can set it up like that so you can just like run it yourself. But just remember to remind me when I say it's time to work on the reply agents. And help me understand too. Like, I'm hearing more and more that Grok is gonna be really good. Like, basically, do you think Grok is the right model for like one or all the agents that work with X? Where do you think Grok has a better advantage than other models for working with X and what I'm doing and what you see I'm doing and trying to do? Welcome back to the chat, C Films. Good to see you again, bro. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm doing good. Just had the best surf session of the summer today. And now doing some fun work, training these agents. Took a good vacation. Much needed. And definitely grateful for so many things. So, you know, it'll just keep getting better. Feeling like the business is slowly growing. The marketing efforts are starting to pay off. I'm seeing that already right now. It's driving a few people to the site. So, I mean, that's, you know, on one hand, it's like I built it and only a few people showed up. But the marketing is paying off way quicker than I thought. And I understand marketing. I understand it's more of like a longer game. You know, it's more of a marathon than a sprint. And, you know, most people just build stuff and then they don't do much marketing, or the marketing doesn't work right away. But, I mean, marketing, building out these agent systems, I think that's where the money's going to be. I think... You know, at first I was like, well, you know, these business, like, there's so many businesses out here I could build these systems for. But now I'm seeing it too, like, you know, every system should be custom and should be like built for the use case. And I'm seeing that there's probably a lot of people that are vibe coding apps that don't understand marketing that I could build these custom systems for as well. So definitely, I'm hoping that I can get the majority of these agents done and built over the next month, but who knows? I think I shouldn't try to predict how long something will take from everything I've known about vibe coding so far. So you need to do more marketing for C films. You can never do too much marketing. I agree. You know, marketing is the main thing for users and revenue. And best thing I can recommend right now is when you're doing your marketing, start training agents from the start. Keep it in a database, your marketing, so it can get better over time. Other than that, if you have more specific questions, see films for marketing, like certain channels or anything at all, I guess, let me know. And welcome back, I think, to the chat. Staradin. I feel like that sounds familiar. But you're saying Claude gave you $100 for free. And you didn't even take 5 minutes before he said the session was closed. He called back after 11:50 a.m. I do not follow you on that one. That's awesome. Claude gave you 100 for free. And all you got to do is just make sure you set your usage for $100 a month. And then after you use that free 100, then change it back to 0. Did I upgrade the internet? No. I was taking a break anyway, and I came back and I was ready to get a new internet provider if the problem was still going on, and keeping my fingers crossed, day 2, no problems yet. Basically, my plan right now is if it starts cutting out again, I'm going to use the hotspot on my phone. And there's some kind of like service I can use. I think it said it was like $15 a month, to where like if it cuts out, it'll automatically just switch to my phone hotspot. So I shouldn't lose any, like the stream shouldn't get cut off again. But it's working so far so good. And just keeping my fingers crossed. Cause that was crazy. Like I'd never had that any kind of issue like that. And then it all just started happening like a couple days in a row, and then it cut me off, and I was like, man. But that's awesome though, because like I was taking a break anyway, and sometimes the best thing to do is nothing. And then everything just works itself out. So hopefully that's the case. But for right now I got a backup plan. So definitely Claude is saying like Grok is not smarter than it, which I expect Claude to say, because Claude's always going to say it's the best. But it's being truthful, at least. It's like Grok can get into places that Claude can't, which is mainly X. And I mean, this is money. Like this marketing I'm doing, like X, I mean, I'm paying like $8 a month for like the upgraded account. But I mean, compared to like what marketing used to cost for like buying ads and stuff. And I plan on buying ads in the future and setting up agent systems to run that too. But testing what's gonna work. I don't want to just like try random ads. I want to try it first on social. And it's like kind of like a testing ground. So C-Film's been doing more SEO. There you go. I'm doing SEO myself. The main thing I'm hearing about SEO though is that it's highly competitive and it usually takes a long time for it to start ranking. But then once you do get in the right spot and get ranking good with SEO, then I mean that's like automatic faucet turn down of people coming to your site. And I know you're playing the long game. So much of the hype I see is like, you know, build an app and make $1 million next week or next month, but that's really not realistic. Like what you're doing, what I'm doing, like we're building like systems that are going to be sustainable, and it might be like seem like nothing's happening in the beginning, but it'll just like keep picking up steam more and more over time. So what I want to do is I want you to start the dev server, and I want to work on like having some kind of visual aid right now for this system and these workflows and these agents. I'm thinking try a Kanban board. Let me know what you think. Also, I'm thinking try maybe like 2 or 3 different systems, and I'll just like use them all, and they're all wired, you know, the same way, so that when I click off one step on one system, they all like, you know, get that same information and they all update. But basically, let's just start with one. I'm thinking the Kanban, unless you have a better idea, and we'll just build something real quick so I get a better like visual aid of the process. I don't have to check in with you as much as what's next, stuff like that. And stuff like that. You know, stuff like that. Pretty much everything and nothing. So Starden is saying Claude is good in terms of database construction and routing. Yes, it is. But the connection between them is poor. It deviates from the intended path. I do see that sometimes in certain ways. And you discover that it's behaving in a way other than what you want. And again, I think Obsidian wiki, having a wiki of some sort, helps a ton. It's at least with the agent part of it. So like when I'm doing the agents with the dashboard, like they have their rules, but then also they need to like scroll through the whole project file to get certain things like brand voice and things like that. And that's where most of the drift comes. So if it has an Obsidian and it can just have the wiki of like the things that the background information, like the brand voice or other important things, and it can just read the wiki stuff, then it's that helped it a ton. But I'm sure there's other ways. You know, we just gotta, like, as a community of people that are learning this stuff, like, we just gotta, like, share this stuff with each other and see if we can, like, help each other, like, learn from each other's mistakes, I guess, because, you know, there's no school for this. I'm not sure AI is ever going to be perfect. And that's probably a good thing. we still need to keep our brains on and be checking it and not just blindly following it. Alright, so it is way too much. Alright, this is a good start. However, I want to zoom out. I want to look at like the big picture of the workflow as it stands right now. And then like for this page for the reply pipeline, like I could click onto something on the bigger workflow and then it could like take me to this page. I'm not really sure. We just got to start building and see how it looks and make changes. So just do like the overall like big picture workflow that you have down right now in a Kanban board. In a Kanban style. Looking back at the chat, you must be with him and guiding him and ensuring that each step is followed by the next with all its details. This is true. This is very true. This is definitely like a very highly complex intellectual game that we're playing here. And if we just zoned out and weren't reading what's going on and just kept saying okay every time Claude came back with a solution to something, it would not be good. But that's all about, I mean, I remember when I first started, like this was like borderline giving me a headache. Like it was just like problem after problem after problem. But the more I just stuck with it and the more I just kept building, it just gets easier and easier over time. The more I know what to watch for with Claude, the more I understand why building these agents is so valuable, because you can like isolate certain tasks and keep databases, and then you can track over time how the agent's doing versus just like working with Claude and there's so much drift that happens just like, you know, working with Claude over time. Even if it's keeping the database right and everything like that. And the more you use it over time, the harder it is to notice the drift that was like something from like 3 months ago that's something it just like drifted a little bit today. So, you know, the more mistakes, the more it leads me to better solutions. Claude. I thought Claude would be teaching me, but I'm the one teaching it. Who saved who? Claude is everything I ever hoped it would be, and more. Bigger changes coming soon to C-Film's website, database, and brand. That is good to hear. Spoken like a true marketer. It's got me interested. Now I want to know. Alright, now I'm seeing. Okay. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. So what I'm seeing to make this like easier, I think this weekly workflow is kind of got a few things thrown in there, like the replies that should be like a daily thing. So let's make that separate. Have the weekly loop on top. Just like what is the weekly process. And then below that, do the daily loop. Just showing the things that should be done on a daily basis. Looking back at the chat, in the design process, and to ensure the process is correct, AI will have to adapt the rest of the text to it. And this is where tracking is necessary. Not really following you on that one. I'm saying AI will have to adapt the rest of the text to it. To the design process. I'm not sure what text you're talking about, I guess. You're saying this is where tracking is necessary. So like we're tracking how it adapts the text, I think you're saying. Like basically like have a database so it knows what it did in the past and what the result was. I think is what you're saying. And CBDB, EFG, LMNOP, respect every time. Been lurking on and off for a couple months while you're working on your own projects. That's awesome. Good to hear. More building energy. More of that, give thanks. Our approaches are different. Goals are similar. You've been a programmer your entire life. I come from a business background. Both personally and professionally, this technology has only amplified your ability while making things faster and more fun. Definitely. Definitely. And it's all about putting in the work. This is not, I feel like this is, even what I understand developers probably have an easier time than somebody who doesn't know developing. Like, there was just a lot more I had to learn. But I mean, once you get it, it just gets easier and easier over time, I feel like. And it is awesome to see that, like, we're all making progress here. And that there's, like, you know, communities of people that are all, you know, using the same tools. We just all have different goals and different backgrounds, so we can all learn a lot from each other. So hopefully, you know, I've definitely gotten a ton of advice from people that have like a developer or coding background on here, and I think I seem to be offering the most advice to people with like my marketing and business background. So any questions, definitely let me know. Feel free. I'll do the best I can. And if you have any projects that you want me to Google and I can check out real quick and give you my advice, feel free. So Star is saying changes will be made to the previous text to make it compatible with the new text, and this is where the problem lies. Yes, okay. I understand way better now. So, like, that's a huge part, I think, too, with, like, fix one bug and it kind of breaks something else. And I think agents, like Hermes agent is probably going to be better for something like that. Like, with the technical fixes with, like, bugs and stuff. But, you know, just doing that with Claude and it's not tracking the stuff. Unless you like, I think automatically it's not going to track it unless you train it to track it the right way. But, like, realistically, like, I've never trained it. I haven't got to those, like, programming agents yet. I'm starting with the thing I understand most, the marketing. But definitely it's on my list of, like, agents that can, like, you know, constantly check for security, bug stuff, make the fix, like, without me even having to, like, check it out, stuff like that. But I'm seeing, like, there should be a way. Like, if we can train this right with the right database so that it keeps track of what it's doing and it gets better over time, I think that would take a lot of the problems away of currently where it fixes one bug and just, like, breaks another thing. All right, the flow one. There we go. That is what I was thinking. Okay, so that can send me right to the... Yup. And then I can build links for everything that it would go to with the agents when I build... Okay. Makes a ton of sense. Alright. Well, looking at the chat, the main technical questions that I have for right now are based on building custom agents. So I think the the main issue I'm having is like, okay, so Zoom, welcome to the chat. I was just about to explain something. Perfect timing. What I'm building is basically the first business that I have with this challenge is Stackivate. It's investment education app platform. And what I'm building right now is the marketing system. And I'm building agents to help me run the marketing system. So like I can still be the human in the loop where it matters. And it should basically cut my time down from like, 10 to 20 hours a week of marketing for a business to like less than 5. And then even like the first layer of agents, then I can like keep building on top of that and have it keep doing more and more stuff. And I'm essentially building out different agents, and I'm going to have different models for each agents. And the main problem that I'm finding right now is that a lot of the social media sites make it difficult for the agents to go through the sites, but there's definitely like ways around it that I'm slowly finding and figuring out from like running into like resistance. So basically, say for example with X, one of the like solutions I'm finding is using Grok. And right now it's like the API for X is ridiculous. Doesn't make sense for me to pay $200 a month. I think I just got to keep trying different things, like I'll try Grok, I'll try different ways to like go on the site. I just got to keep trying because honestly there hasn't been anything yet that I haven't been able to build, even when I run into problems. So probably not a very good probably that question wasn't framed very well, but just kind of brain dump of like the main issue that I ran into today. There's a few more issues with the agents too. I think just like when do I know when I've trained it enough? But I think most of it's just going to be from like trial and error and just building and learning. All right, let's see. Okay, this looks awesome. And basically what it looks like, I can see right now, like, that you have this one, and then I can go into more detail, like hitting the reply tab or clicking it, and then it will take me to the, like, reply Kanban board. And I like that. I like how these boards are separate, where, like, zooming out as much as I can starting there, and then zooming in, I can just like click the card and then I can like zoom into that workflow. So basically, from what I'm seeing right now, it seems like, this is definitely a rough draft, but in the future, like each one of these steps, I want it set up so it like relates to an agent. So it's like, let's say number 1, research. Like I think one agent right now that's doing the research. If there were 2 agents, then I would want that to be 2 different cards for like each different agent and what its process is, to let me know like what agent has already completed its job, where we are in the agent pipeline, Does that make sense so far, what I'm saying? And is this something that is possible to build? In this Kanban style, or do you think it'd be better to do like a different style? So, am I building locally on my computer or on the cloud? Both. Some of the agents are working out of the cloud. I guess, none of the agents are building anything yet. So building is happening locally. Well, I guess, like, it's local on my computer, but I mean, from what I understand, like, technically, you know, I'm using Claude, and Claude is building it on the cloud. But, I'll have, like, a whole fleet of agents, and some of them will be on the cloud, and some of them will be locally, depending on the different use cases, if that makes sense. Sounds to me like it would make more sense to, like, build it out in that style with the agents having their own card and everything after all the agents are deployed. That being said, I know, like, I put in the most time building the agents that need the most training. Let me know where we are right now as far as, like, if there's any more agents that are ready to actually be built, and which agents still need more training, and how much training you think they would still need. I think that's mainly just going to be replies, and if you have, like, a certain amount of replies, let me know. how long have I been building this project? So these agents, I'm thinking about a month now. This Stackivate app has been live, thinking like maybe a little over 2 months. So not long at all. You know, I started without any development or coding background. The first couple months were really just like building and learning, like a ton of learning along the way. And then feel like I put about 2 months into building that SaaS app, which is definitely a work in progress. It'll keep getting better. Really what I'm seeing is like, when I first started this, I thought like, oh, you just build an app and it's done. And then you market it. But apps take pretty much constant like maintenance, and as the users grow and more people use the app, then like more things will probably come up. So the journey has just begun, and so far so good. Alright, so I'm kind of confused right now about this idea. So for what I thought is, this is one video for OpenAI just launched AI employees. I built mine. I don't see the video data, like the script and all that. I don't see it in the project folder with the rest of the scripts. I'm just confused. Why am I not seeing it? Has it not been built yet? And like, why are you talking about there's 5 different hooks? That's where I'm like confused. That's the main reason. I'm just confused on what you're telling me here. Thank you. Cheers to you too. Spring water every time. Respect. Yes, I crossed the path to version 2. Alright. Alright, this sounds awesome. It is good to know that I'm ready to build these out. So, I'm gonna do that fresh. Like, to start when I start a new session. Sounds like this is a very good place to end work on this for the night. And then next time I start fresh, I can just start building these agents. So take a note of everything I need to do with the agents so that when I come back, I can do some replies real quick and then just start building them. Let me know if there's anything else you can think of before I sign off for the night. So really, I guess I would have to say that's about it for today. And everyone's coming through with something new. It's good to see the community of Unity. Vibe coding, agentic orchestration. You're in tune to the right station. For the nation of regulation. So you know, it's another day, another flow. Doing what I know. Coming through at the right time. The right mind frame. And we just keep getting better over time. Everything we do, building things that is true. So you know what to do if you haven't yet. Good luck to C Films, you too, and everything you do. And, you know, subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit the like button too. I'm out for tonight. I'll be back. Just like the Terminator.